What's going on, guys? So today we have kind of a special, not quite Master Grade Monday in this double October, and it is the first time we've gotten a chance to look at one of the no grade 1 to 100 kits, and it is, of course, the GN-005 Gundam Virtue, and of course, the other one. I do believe Nadaleeh is GN-004, because technically there's 5 of them.
It should.
And by the way, Quentin's here.
Subs up.
This is his kit. So luckily, he was able to make the drive up here despite some traffic, and decided to help me out this year. So yay!
Yay!
I like it when people have stuff I don't. It saves me a build.
You have a lot more stuff I don't, so yeah.
Well, I've got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't. I'll put it to you this way: I bought a kit the other day that I didn't realize I already had.
Done that.
So I mean, it happens, you know. And then I said, okay, never mind. I'll put it back. But anyways, so we've got a Gundam Virtue to look at. And of course, we looked at the HG a long time ago, and we've already looked at the Trans Am HG so far. So, yay, we get to play with this one. Now, it is a much older kit. This was from 2008. Like you can see way down there in the bottom of the corner. And you get the old CG rendering, as far as I can tell. Like, it doesn't even really look like they hand drew this. It looks like a very big CG render. And actually, if I remember correctly, the original HD versions were mostly CG renders too. I could be wrong. I don't have I don't have it available right now because it's once again in storage with a lot of other things. But you've got Virtue there. You got Nadaleeh hiding up there. You got Tierdia right there. It looks really cool. And Bandai logo down in the corner. And there's no. It's the first time I've looked at one of these boxes. So yeah, there's no artist. There's no artist name anywhere on it, but it does have English down here as a description of the series.
Yeah, no. From what I remember, that is actually one of the first times that they've done it, and it was very rare because I believe that Bandai started realizing, hey, we have fans in other countries that don't speak our language.
This was one of the first big ones I watched over here.
Yeah.
I watched Seed before this, but it wasn't. I don't think it was active. I think I watched it after it was over, but this is one of the first ones I watched as it was happening. I downloaded it weekly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it is because in that year it's just a big thing. But that is crazy that or maybe this box is specifically for American market. They've done that.
No, usually whenever they've made the boxes, it's just been for that market, and they've gone and thrown something.
Okay. All right, so we turn it down here. We got obligatory front and rear shot of Virtue, and then you've got, hey, this does stuff over here. And then, oh, good God, it's all exploding. Tieria's inner self is coming out, basically. It was hiding inside all along.
I just think of the cast-off from Kamen Rider Kabuto.
Yeah, you're right. You're very right. I've got the Kabuto kit right over there. Same thing. So, and then you got Nadaleeh right there. So it's really cool. It's like one of those nice 2-in-1s, unlike the, the Gujin Rebake 1 to 100 that technically you couldn't do 2 kits out of it. All right, so then you got, well, here it's actually showing both kits completely separate, and I don't even think you could technically do that. Unless you can somehow dry assemble the armor, which I don't believe you could.
I've tried.
Yeah, it's like it would just drift. And you got to read up there on Tierdia, and you've got the first appearance of Nadaleeh kind of right there in a really bad little thing. Sword does a full extension. All right, so you got number 1/100 scale model number 4. Yay! And then we got 005. We know how it does. Nadaleeh, Tieria. And we've got GN Cannon, GN Bazooka Burst de Modo. And then you got it here where he's got the cannons in his hand. I thought that was pretty badass. And then that opens up to do the thing. You got some beam sabers. They hide in the knees, which is awesome. GN Beam Saber does the thing. GN Bazooka. Stop repeating yourself. Armor detached, so you can do all the things. We're not going to be doing that particular view. That's too much work. But you got the hair. You got GN hair. It does things. What? Everything's GN, so it's GN hair, right? And then you got the plastics right there. PS, PE, ABS, and then something in Japanese. It's like, it's a plastic specifically for them. And then you got little guy with the toilet. No real warnings there, so just try to keep it out of 3-year-olds' faces. And then you got 4,000 yen as its original cost. Bedrock City decided it was worth 65.
Yeah, markup.
A lot of markup over there, just in case you're wondering. And that's here in the Houston's.
Yep, I went to the Sugarland location.
I don't know where my focus is, so it's going to sit way out there. Oh, it is out of focus. Look at that. Hold on. Bring it in just ever so. There we go. That's hard to do that. The box is empty, and it's hard to hold that extension.
It's a freaking huge box.
It's a huge box. Because they don't make big boxes like that really anymore. So today, things I reviewed this morning that we can't talk about on camera. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Those are huge boxes too. So it's like I'm having to do that way out here.
I can probably fit like another like non-grade 100 box into that box.
Possibly, but these are narrower but wider. That's a bit thicker. That's like a shoebox.
Yeah, that one's more thicker.
So we're doing a whole lot of talking instead of taking the box away, but it is what it is, guys. So this should be interesting because I've actually never got to see this in person, and now that I have, I've had to fix a thing and throw stickers on it. Lazy shame. Shaming. Alright guys, so we have the big old bruiser of Virtue out here with one completely unpaneled shoulder because we couldn't be bothered. It's his fault.
I got kids.
Lazy. How long ago did you build it?
It was longer.
You said 4-year-old. You said you built it 8 years.
Technically, my first kid is my daughter just turned 12, so she was around when I got this back.
Okay. Mild excuses. Except I put the stickers on for you.
Yeah, that one was.
That was just driving me nuts. I couldn't do it. It's like I did ask. I didn't just force the stickers upon the Virtue.
I had such an intent to paint it, but I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to do. And now that I do know what it is, it's like, okay, let me break out a sketchbook, come up with the scheme, and then I'll go ahead and I'll work from there once I have how I like it.
It was the one runner, not the other.
Yeah.
Because you did it on the back of the leg, too. It's like, that's hilarious.
Like, I thought I had that one taken care of, and it was just the one shoulder piece.
That's funny. No, it's the whole arm.
Yeah.
But no, we talked about it off camera that it happens sometimes. Like, I panel line on the runner. And then I'll touch up later if I need to. So, and then I discovered yesterday when I did Dynamis, I missed 2 whole runners. I was like, and then I go to build it, I'm like, oh crap. And then I did it before, and then I going through it, I missed it one the double runner. I was like, okay, so it happens, you know. I'm just picking because we all do it. It's like I wouldn't pick if it wasn't normal. You know, if it was abnormal, I wouldn't say anything. I'd be like, is that supposed to have a big glob of shit on it? I mean,
just grab a micron and go ahead and get to paneling.
Pretty much. So I know it's been a long time, but how would you rate like the build and stuff when you did it?
It was actually pretty smooth. It is right around the time I just got back into building kits, and I finished the Red Frame Verkai. Took a break, bought this in a lot, and it was partially unbuilt. And when I put everything else together, it was, I don't want to say second nature, but it seemed a lot easier because I knew more then than I did when I first started building kits. And this is back when Wing was out and you can buy them up in Walmart and stuff like that.
Way back when, yeah.
Yeah, way back when.
You're an ancient builder.
Oh yeah, old school.
Yeah. So now he's one of the Endermen. He helped build originally and then moved on. That's a very deep but just from handling it and looking at it and going through the instructions and stuff, it really does seem like just a big version of the HG.
It is. It's a very big version. A little loose at times, in my opinion, but you know, it's a little bit of floor polish, a little bit of glue that kind of goes and
something.
Yeah, it tightens everything up.
Yeah.
At first, I thought, okay, I'm doing something wrong. It shouldn't be this wobbly. Then I looked online and it's like,
nope.
No, just do this.
No, it's just wobbly.
It's kind of slapped a little bit of clear nail polish on there, and it's like, okay, it's fine.
Yep. All right, so let's take a closer look. Now, turntable time has gone on for a while. That's what I was getting at. I was like, let's see. Oh, I didn't even pause the camera. All right, guys, so we're going to take a closer look at the Limbo Gundam here. That's how you know that the legs are limited in articulation. It's being held up by its own butt skirt hitting the back of the chubby legs. That's hilarious. But no, it is, like you said, it is a bit loose. So.
Yeah, go back and kind of separate the pieces.
It's kind of a kettlebell. Kettlebell, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
What God?
You know how many reviews I've done this week? In the last 24 hours? I'm tired of Gundams. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so just looking at it, let's see here. I'm going to come up just a hair to the face, which is
that
only
sticker.
a T-area can love. So something that this thing definitely doesn't do as good as the HG is the face. So it's just one big old sticker for the chin, and it looks like it looks like the Joker's makeup from the new movie. It just kind
It
of
actually does.
kind of
Smeared
Joker.
on there.
It just looks smeared on, and that's not an insult to you. That's just how bad the thing
No,
is.
I honestly know the very.
Yeah, it's like you know it's bad. That's the thing.
I don't think about it. Yeah, it looks bad.
It looks bad. It's like that's not because you did it bad. It's just bad. It's kind of like these guys here on the chest. That this should be a white piece. The HG did it, and they 1 to 100 couldn't be bothered. Actually, you know what? Hold on. We'll do the comparison, but I want to look. Yeah, look. Even the white ring around there is not paint or it's sticker. Even the white ring around the chest is in fact plastic. So they got real lazy. Like it's not just him; it was Bandai as well. Bandai just didn't put their effort in to this part. But I bet Nadaleeh's perfect, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's what it is. They could care less about Virtue. Okay, so for the head, I assume it's a ball hinge. So that's definitely a hinge at the base and a ball joint at the top. Yep. So it can turkey neck with the best of them and rotate only so far because of the fat face, you can only do so much. Let's just be honest here. And this part I actually ended up fixing because it was assembled incorrectly, but it needed to be done. Once again, not a knock at you, it's just, And then assume like that same kind of blackish greenish stickers that they put.
Greenish.
Except it looks very black here. Like
I just left it off. I was like,
that's in there.
You know
Yeah, it's all wrinkly and stuff. I can see it on the inside.
that?
Well, I mean, it would be, God knows, it would be white otherwise,
True.
which definitely would look wrong. Because nobody likes white things. Yeah, I'm going there.
It's a
so
trap.
it's a trap. All right, so you got the stickers here. It is what it is. It's funny. That's the HG Dynamis does that. It's kind of funny. And then of course you got all the stuff over here. Actually, it does have a butterfly for the chest, which is cool. So the vents move around, and then the arms can do that. I'm gonna move the big old guns out of the way. See how much reach we got. It can go up pretty high. Turn at the bicep, and yay! We get a high Quentin.
Victory!
Hi! My name is Virtue, or is it Nadaleeh? So confused. Like, no wonder Thierry was so weird. He piloting Gundams with very different things. Don't even get me started on Raphael.
With the giant head, with the
with a whole Gundam over his head.
Right?
All right.
Sir, you're doing that wrong.
Yes. Okay, so he does have what appears to be a double jointed elbow, but is limited. Oh, I knocked the armor off.
You're not supposed to come off yet.
Damn it! It's not time. So double jointed elbow, and then it has the energy ribbon kind of back here, which is just like the HG has. It's like nice and rubbery. Like it feels like a rubber band. Seriously, limboing. Wrist is just ball peg. Whoop-de-doo. And just basic holding hands. It only came with those hands, right? Didn't come with anything else.
Yeah, that's the only ones it came with.
So they didn't bother on these to give you the left expressive hand.
No.
Every single HG comes with a left expressive hand.
No,
Only the left one.
It didn't. It didn't have the shame hand.
No, you can't see me. I'm not sorry. All right, so not a whole lot of waist articulation because it's whatever these are in the way. Thrusters, condensers, whatever the heck they are. And then does have some big old skirty skirts right up here inside the rather large crotch. And then you can kick forward, but you're not going to get a whole lot of a chorus line because that knee armor is just ridiculous.
Got those goalie legs.
Mm-hmm. Leg warmers. And then, let's see here. Yeah, definitely not going to be able to do the splits much. And it looks like T-mounted ball joints, just like the HG. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got stickers there and got some... Oh, those aren't stickers. Those are the rubber. Those are rubber bands.
Those are more of the
Neat.
rubber parts.
Oh, cool. I couldn't tell. I like that. I like it when I can't tell that it's not a sticker. And then speaking of stickers, all over the legs down here, like you would expect. I did all those. This one right here I dropped and couldn't find for a few minutes. It was actually right by my crotch on my chair, just blending in. Just sharing behind the scenes stuff with you guys. Okay, so we already looked at what the knee can do, which you can't really kick back in here because he has a gigantic butt. You do get the ankles down here, which is a...
It's got a nice little...
I think it's just a ball joint, huh?
Yeah, it's a ball joint.
Okay, well, it looks like it can rock back and forth, but I guess not.
It's got a nice side to side and pivot to it.
Okay, I'm trying not to push it too hard. It's like, that's something that I think the HG might have over the MG, or not MG. Don't call it an MG. There we go. Don't call it a Anyways, so you got the nice flappy flaps there. And you got the condenser GN field emitters there. And you come to the back, and you've got the backside of the backpack. Stop that. Not yet. Then you got the big old cannon you guys here, who also act as GN field emitters, which is cool. And you got, is that a sticker or is that a...
That's another one of the little
rubber band?
pieces.
Nice. Once again, I couldn't tell, so that's why I was like,
Butt thrusters.
butt thrusters.
Now, I'm not necessarily, I can't necessarily remember if right in between the thrusters was supposed to be an extra set or just a weird positioning missile pod.
This?
Yeah.
I don't know what that actually is. I don't believe it's a missile pod. I think it's just there. But at least it's not a sticker like it is on the HG. But it's, well, like I mentioned to you earlier, it's weird that these parts here, they're supposed to be gray as well, but they don't come with a sticker and they're not color separated, so what do we do? It is what it is. I mean, it's a really old Bandai kit. What do you do? Okay, so let's talk weapons and accessories for this guy. Well, he's mostly one big weapon as it is. And you do get the shoulder cannons, which I can't get a fingernail under there to get this one out. Nope, didn't get it. This one comes out when you're looking at it, and this one just, it's very shy. Gotta fluff it a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now we got some big old, it's actually in its own shade. Look at that, look. It's in its own shade. That's funny. So really big old cannons, blasters, whatever. Cannons. We're calling them cannons. And you do get the GN field emitter pop-ups, which have never come with the proper color inserts or stickers. Even on the HGs, they don't. It's supposed to be yellow.
Show accuracy on the older kids are always very limited to, we're going to let you fix that yourself.
Well, that's what I did on that one.
Exactly.
So technically, my HG is far more accurate at this point anyways. And of course, we need the big old gun, which I always thought looked kind of like a killer whale.
Name it Orca, bro.
Yeah, just call it the Orca cannon. Why not? Why do I feel like there was one in some Gundam series? And it's almost identical to the HG. It's kind of funny. Like, it looks like they just scaled it up. It has all the same stuff. Like, you got the handle that pops out down here. That's almost exactly the same. Plugs in on this side if you want to dual handle it. It has the drop down mega release version with the extendo nose, which is just like the HG, and then the handle up top that really nobody ever uses. So, and then of course, if you want to use it in its full release mode, you basically do that number, and it looks cool. I'm not going to fight all that because the more important part is stripping this thing down to become Nadaleeh.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm really interested in. I've already seen what the GM Bazooka does on its own. I was going to say, Nadaleeh didn't use the big GM Bazooka. It used these.
You used the shoulder cannons and the beam sabers.
Yeah, because Nadaleeh has the drive, the actual GN drive, but doesn't have the storage. That's the thing, is that most of the fat armor on this thing is all particle storage. You didn't know that.
Actually, even watching the series,
I don't think they covered it, to be totally honest. I don't believe it.
Didn't.
But I think they mentioned that Nadaleeh couldn't go into combat for very long because of its limited particle storage, because it dumped all of the armor. Okay, so basically, let's take a break real quick, and then we will explode this guy. Mind the yeah, please don't break that. I don't have any more. Alright guys, so he's going to go ahead and strip it down because it is his kit. And try to describe what you're doing, if you can. Basically, just pulling off the leg warmers, huh?
Yeah, first you're going to, well, there's no specific steps, but you're going to remove the leg panels.
Oh yeah, watch the light by your arm.
Yeah.
Because this will all topple down and kill us all.
What happened to you? Well, I was attacked by PVC piping and...
Exactly. Do what I do when parts come off, chuck it to the back. Just like throw it over there so it's off camera.
Slap the pieces back on there. That's one thing that I actually like, the fact that even when they're not on there, you still kind of put the pieces together.
You know what I can do? I'll lower this down just a hair and point it upward. Give you a little more room to play. Like I said, I can scooch it over a little more if you need more room. So now, you're just not wearing any pants. Oh, here, do me a favor. Pull that this way just a hair. Like this guy. Yeah, because that's the edge of the table. Okay, yeah, so just... I do it all the time, but I can catch it. Okay, so backpack off.
Shoulder pieces off.
That's the easy part.
Yeah, here's the part that I found annoying. You have to take off the fist in order to remove.
Does it slide off like a sleeve?
Yeah, it actually slides off.
No kidding. I figured it would do the splits, yo. Or take the whole arm off and then it face plants. And we'll do that off camera.
Oh, well.
Were you doing it wrong?
Yeah, I was
you were
doing it wrong. I was doing it wrong.
We did it wrong. Now mind you, it's been a minute. And see, this is kind of one of those situations where would you have two separate kits for this?
You know what? In all honesty, a lot of times I've seen people with two separate kits for the factor of having one formed and one to where they don't have to deal with this.
Yeah, I can see that.
Stand up, sir.
It looks so funny. It's like as you're stripping it, it looks funny. Now it looks like it's wearing floaties. Like it's like all like in a life vest.
I'm learning to swim, I swear. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta do the shoes too. And I'm gonna finish putting stickers on after it's over because we'll have Nadaleeh open. I can finish putting the stickers on. It's been driving me crazy. Okay, so where are we at now?
Okay, so shoulder pieces off, arms off, and
it's still limboing.
I know, right?
Although it is more stable without the armor.
Yeah.
The weight isn't dragging it down. I like that part where it goes, just pops off like that. Strip it.
Take off the fat butt.
Strip it. If only it was that easy, huh, ladies? I'm such a dick. Not like it's not true. And then your other V-fin is over there.
No, sweet Jesus, it came off. Decapitation.
Yeah, at this point, just take the head off.
Decapitation.
This is not part of the actual thing. I'm trying to remember. This part doesn't stay on, right?
No, that part actually comes off.
Does the whole thing? Oh, yeah, it slides forward. Got it. Nice. I'm just getting it for you.
Shoulder pieces.
These are sandwiched, I'm assuming, this way.
Yeah, they separate in from the back.
Yay! I'm helping. Hey, look, it's got vents under the vents. Go figure. Wow, that actually does come apart pretty easy. You're like trying to consolidate the parts as they're coming off. I'm just like, strip it! Faster!
It's like one piece is like, oh yeah,
we're already at 24 minutes. Go faster. I'm just kidding.
This one piece always likes to go ahead and just give me all kinds of hassle.
Which one is it?
The back of the head.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Makes sense.
Because my first thought is...
Oh, yeah, there's the top of the head, by the way.
My first thought is, I don't want to break this.
Yeah, let's just chuck chuck the part to the back.
Go ahead and paint this piece later and glue it together or something.
Look at that butt. Look at that giant butt. Wait, was that whole butt supposed to come off? That looks like that was supposed to stay. All right. Oh, no, that whole part comes off. Okay.
Part comes off.
Wow. And now it's wearing a diaper. Look at that. That's a straight up diaper. Okay, so the crotch bit there, I assume. I'm just making assumptions at this point based off of nothing.
Yeah.
Yay, Nadaleeh.
Keep it in frame. Nope.
It's okay. Sometimes things have to happen off camera. Yeah, put the head back on.
Giggity.
Giggity. It just looks like a battlefield. Like, what happened? Okay, you get the hair parts. Retrieve the hair.
It's like this is literally like every single kit from IBO.
Oh, yeah.
They have that one little, oh yeah, it used to look like this, and then we did this. I'm trying to remember where everything goes.
Some Pete's, well, we have instructions.
Trying to...
Well, assuming that some of it isn't... Oh, is that your foot? Okay. You don't need that, right?
Not really.
Your foot's not doing much.
Just a jog.
Yeah, it's your right foot. You're correct. I was going to argue with you, but no, that is your right foot. And I guess, does it have the ability, like, if you wanted to do, like, that exploded version, like, with the hair all attached and hanging to the parts? Could it do that if you were so inclined?
If you wanted to, you'd probably have to get, like, the,
Put the glue.
yeah, the glue the pieces, and then get the,
putty.
something to kind of make it stick in there.
Why don't you take the head off? Might make you... Just saying. He's putting the hair on off camera, so it's fine. I got some. I got my sash. Okay, so there's our focus. Oh yeah, we gotta take the shoes off too. He just looks so goofy with the giant.
I know,
feet.
right?
It's so funny. It's like you never think about it because it is just coated in another Gundam. I gotta put the whiskers on. It's kind of funny. It's entertaining to watch someone else do this.
Probably got.
I always have to do these things. Yeah, they look fine. No, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. No, they go this way. I saw it in the instructions. Sure they do. I go.
You know what? You're gonna have sneakers on today, buddy.
You know what I did? you know what I didn't do? Forgot to compare it to the HG while it was still all in one piece. How does that? What the? There's a seam there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, it's right. It's supposed to be right in the middle.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, it goes side to side, not front to back. My bad. Oh, yeah, it's so much easier. That took no effort. It's like, why won't this come off? Oh, yeah, not doing it right. Okay. Nice. We have a naked Gundam almost.
And then take off
That was my favorite Leslie Nielsen movie.
the naked gun.
Naked Gundam. It was Japanese. You never saw it. It's fine. Okay, yeah. Put on his ponytail. Actually, tiny ponytail. It's like a mullet almost.
Almost. It is a mullet.
It's okay because Tyria is very ambiguous. Especially in that one episode. That's so weird. I still think about it to this day. When he's at the party, dressed up as a chick.
Yeah, it's just kind of like,
And
how many people are confused by this?
Everyone was confused by that.
I saw that. My first thought
because he
was
somehow had boobs. We don't even.
my first thought was, wait, I thought that was a guy.
Is that the right thing? I guess it is. How does it go in there? It's a round piece.
You put it there, and then you're supposed to push this piece.
Yeah, let me see the piece. Wherever my hand is, put it into my hand. So there's not like a whole separate piece for that?
Yeah, no, there's not. I couldn't remember if it like pegged in or if you had to put it in and then just kind of.
It looks weird.
Push the pieces on there.
Glue. Glue is your friend in this case.
Pretty much.
This is again one of those. Oh wait, we missed this chunk here. I'm just gonna tear it all apart. We forgot the front bit here comes off too.
Let's take off that core.
Yeah. And then this guy goes, like you said, that was part of the neck right up in there. Now I see why you're having problems with that. That's way up in there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so. But yeah, why would they make this a round peg to go into a square hole? I guess it's sort of rounded. I don't know, it makes sense. But yeah, trying to get it in there and hold the piece together.
The way they set everything up to go in there. It's just kind of like, we're gonna make you work for it.
Yeah, you need 3 hands. How does that work? Oh, this way. Okay. Put it upside down. Yeah, like there's no fun way to do it. How many people does it take to assemble the hair of one dumb Gundam? One Gundam. No. I'll figure it out one day. Maybe that's a different piece and we're just stupid.
No,
it's that piece. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
It's that piece and we're stupid. Okay. We got the and we're stupid part right. There we go. That is not easy. I'm glad we did that on camera. That was not easy. Look at that. And now he's got hair. Though that face whip is just like...
Yeah, I probably have them all like backwards anyway, but...
I mean, it looks right. I mean, it looks silly, but it looks...
It's supposed to be a lot... Yeah, it's right. Never mind. I thought I had it wrong.
No, it's like a mustache.
Yeah.
It's like the most ultimate mustachioed thing. It's
You see the picture of it, and it's
or
all
maybe
nice and smooth.
you know what, the face is just meant to, it's meant to have his head tilted down.
Yeah.
But it does look like
something from off the Predator.
Squid creature. Yeah. But either way, there we go. We got finally. It took like 8 years, but we got Nadaleeh stripped down. It does seem like they could make that easier. Like that's a case. That is totally a case if I would swap the head.
It should be. It should be a swappable head.
I think that
would make it so much easier.
I think if and when they give us an MG for this, I bet they'll just swap the head.
That's what I'm thinking they're gonna do, or else they're gonna figure out a way to actually have it clip on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is 11 years ago, so I mean we've gotten better with our engineering, and they'll probably do this as a softer thing like which is what I would expect it to do. That's what the HG has. It's a super soft, like rubbery material. This is actually pretty stiff, but dude, it looks cool. And for my first time actually getting to see it and mess with it, I dig it.
It has a proto frame feel to it.
It is. It's a very naked frame, but basically at its core, all of the Gundams look like this.
Yeah,
that's what we were discussing earlier. So, I mean, you strip down Dynamis, it looks like this. You strip down... Well, Curious is going to be a little bit different because it has very different legs, but it is what it is.
Going back and re-looking at it, my first thought was, you know what, there are supposed to be 52 frames in IBO. Somewhere in that number, this one should be just, like, hanging out like, what's up, guys?
Kind of.
It just looks like it should be.
Wasn't no different. I was thinking it was Nadaleeh one of the things, but no, it's not.
No,
these are all named after angels or Hindu things.
52 Demons of Solomon or some.
Well, that's an IBL. I'll talk about these guys.
Yeah,
their names are
named after angels.
These are named after angels. Okay, so he does have these hidden beam sabers in the knee.
Yeah.
Which are just as impossible to get out. Like, even on the HG, they're impossible to remove, but you can sort of get it down there. It does come with blades, too. They're in the box. We don't care. Because blades are a dime a dozen. I literally have a thing full of blades. I'll show it to you later. But, I mean, it's neat. And, like, you really do get the essence of what the Gundam really is once you strip her down, or him down, or it down, or whatever you want to call it. I will be putting the stickers on before he leaves, because it's going to drive me nuts otherwise. But I don't know where the other ones go. Like, it's got some smaller...
I think those only go on the legs.
The ones that go on the side there, I totally get that, but there's, like, another set that I'm not sure where they go. Maybe they go... No. No, because that's where the shoulder armor goes. Either that's pretty neat.
Repanel this thing.
Yeah, I've shamed him to the point he wants to actually update it.
Just looking at it, it's like I've gotten so much better at this.
Yes. Isn't that funny? Going back, I've looked back at some of my older kits and had that exact same thing. So because I forgot to bring it out while it was still whole, there's the HG Virtue for a size comparison. And the HG Nadaleeh is still in my display, and I honestly don't feel like pulling it out because there's a lot of stuff in the way.
Still wish it came with its own shield.
Yeah, it doesn't come with the shield and doesn't come with the GN rifle / sword that it has. So, but if I'm going to be honest, that looks better.
Yeah.
Because it's just better organized. But that's the difference between having a kit that is standalone, you know?
Yeah, you can actually focus on the kit as opposed to we're going to focus on this and then focus on everything else.
Yeah. But I mean, they make it work about as good as you can make it work in 2008 without making it a master grade. So, I mean, even for a no grade, it's still pretty good. I mean, there's no grades nowadays that aren't necessarily this good.
I think the last ones that came out with the IBO ones...
technically speaking, not counting REs, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, but those had a full inner frame. Those were dumbed down master grades. Those weren't scaled up HGs.
I kind of look at it more as like a dumbed down version of the high res figures because they tried to make it. They tried to give it that master grade look, but we're gonna try and make it as HD as possible. Yeah.
So that's a big difference. So now that we have this big mess here, so final thoughts, at least from me. I like this, but I can't wait for the MG to come out. Sometime down the line. There's no date on when that'll happen, but as I discussed in the Dynamis review, that has a brand new inner frame that's just called the GN frame. So, and it's easily... Oh, you know what? How about we bring that out for comparison? Because it's sitting right here, and I'm bad at my job. I'm so focused on this thing, I forgot. So if you look at the Dynamis, obviously it's got all the new fun gimmicks. But if you strip off all the armor and stuff, it's that, basically. I mean, look, even at the...
Yeah, just looking at the chest.
The chest vents are the same. The GN drive in the exact same place. You know, the MGs existed when these came out, the Exia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They could have given it the same GN drive gimmick.
And I have probably one or two of the MG Exias also.
I mean, because they could have. I mean, it's all this stuff is still there. That was a good face plant. It just recovered. It just recovered. It's like, yep, we're good. Actually,
okay.
it does have that chrome. It's got a nice little chrome sticker in there on the GN drive. But either way, so when the MG comes out down the line at some point, hopefully they give it a little bit better part separation and stuff like that. But I mean, as for like the armor removal, I don't see a whole lot of difference going to happen there. It's like they kind of nailed how the Virtue armor works. So I think the Nadaleeh will get better.
If anything, I think when they release the HG, MG, they'll come up with a better way to separate the parts. Like, I guess more. I mean, it's already pretty easy to take them off. So the only thing they can do is just kind of
really like that. There's no excuse for that faceplate to be like that. But like,
I know that they'll fix that.
I mean, realistically, like they can't improve this much more than it is. I mean, it's kind of what it is. I mean, it's a simple thing, so making it more complicated isn't going to help it out. I think maybe what's that? Beefing?
Beefing.
Oh. So I think maybe the only thing they could maybe work on a little bit, slightly improve, would be the GN field emitters.
Yeah.
Just to make them slide a little bit nicer.
And
for the love of God, give them yellow inserts.
Give them more detail.
There's no way they can't give it a yellow insert. Like, it's multi-layered. The inside of that is... You could easily do it. I mean, yeah, we could paint it like I did on my HG, but if I'm going to spend MG money, I want this over here. I'm realizing I was off camera. I want this in its part separation. There's very few things that I noticed in building this that might need a tiny bit of paint to make it just 100%.
It's honestly one of the reasons why I went to high grades for such a long time. I'm just getting back into building MasterGrades, and hopefully I'll finish the new Gundam pretty soon, so I can go ahead and start on the Verkai Stein.
Yeah, I'm jealous on that one.
Yeah,
I still want that kit. I've built the regular Sinanju, but never the Steins.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because it's so popular, I can never grab it.
I was never really big on the Sinanju, but the Stein just kind of, I like the design of the Stein better.
No, then it's more Gundam-like.
Yeah, true.
That's the whole idea. It was supposed to be anyway. Wrong universe. But as for these, I mean, you built it. You still own it, so I assume you like it.
Oh yeah, I do. It's one of my favorite ones, and dear Lord, I have a lot of them. So being able to
do you? What's that like? What's that like having a lot of Gundams?
Being able to pick out which ones you know that you can just instantly, which one, and boom. Like if someone were like, "What's your favorite God Gundam?" I don't even let them finish the sentence.
Get out. Get out.
I'm sorry.
This review is over. Gundam sign made for with the exception of Nobel. I do have Nobel over there, but that's the wife's build, not mine. I've got to do it. There would be no G Gundam allowed in here.
The God Gundam and its variations.
We can review it in the parking lot. G Gundam review out here by the tire. Not allowed in the Shokike.
Other than that, it's just I try not to say the Astray because Lord the Astray is it's like a pop song that gets played too much. It's like that little Nas X Country Road song. It's like 18 different variations of it.
As opposed to the Exia or the Unicorn.
Well, yeah.
Or Wing Gundam.
It's one song with 15 different remixes.
Or the Greys.
Oh, just...
You've seen my Greys collection.
Yeah.
Only got one left. Only got one left. Okay, guys, but that's going to be it for this 00 October Not Quite MasterGrade Monday. So thanks, of course, for bringing this over. I know it wasn't a struggle, but it wasn't easy. And unfortunately, we hit a little bit of a road bump, and he couldn't bring everything he wanted to. So if we're slightly short one review, it's his pile of boxes' fault.
Yeah,
it's literally it's not your fault. It's the pile of boxes.
Yeah,
the pile of boxes
my great wall of Gundam.
Yeah, if your pile of boxes wasn't so significant, you could have got it, and it would have been fine. But it's okay. They don't know what they're missing.
You know what? I organized it like Tetris, and it came back to bit me in the butt.
It does. It really does. I mean, like I told you, it's like I've organized as much as I can, and I've got my backlog in one place and then the mess elsewhere. It's like so. But guys, do the like, subscribe thing. Of course, if you want to check out some 00 October gear, by all means. And actually, because you helped out, I'm going to hook you up with a 00 October shirt.
Sweet!
So I just need your size and whichever style you want. and we'll get that as fast as we can. So, yay!
Yay!
And now that I know what I'm not reviewing, I can put out the tour shirt. So, you guys found out in this video I didn't have the tour shirt solidified until now. YouTube time travel is funny.
Yeah.
We'll catch you later, guys. Remember, as always, to keep on building until you finally get your virtue back together.